Hello, true believers. Welcome to my channel, Mr. Miracle Comics. My name is Dave, and today I have 5 more undervalued comic books for us to take a look at, and maybe add to your collection if you so desire. All right. So there's been a lot of speculation around teams lately. Most recently, the Secret Warriors became a team to speculate on. Before that, there was the Dark Avengers, and the Young Avengers, and the New Warriors, and the Thunderbolts. And I know there was a couple more that people had thrown in there as well. And it's good to speculate because they are definitely going to have to do something about replacing the Avengers, either with another Avengers team or something similar with a new name, like the Thunderbolts. And when I keep thinking about all these teams, the two I always come back to are the Young Avengers and the Thunderbolts, right? So I've been trying to collect up character appearances from there. And one of the characters that I thought was a good pick for the Thunderbolts, and is very undervalued in what you can get. His first appearance comes from this book. It's from 1993, and it's the Silver Surfer Annual number 6. Let's get a good shot of that. And in here is the first appearance of a character called GENI-VELL. Now, his sister, Phyla-Vell, she's already been speculated on already. He hasn't, although later becomes a character called, like here he starts as a character called Legacy. See it there. He later becomes Captain Marvel himself, and then becomes a character called Photon, and Photon joins the Thunderbolts. And I think he's a good character. He has lots of connections into the MCU. His sister's already been speculated on. His father is Captain Marvel, who's also been speculated on. His mother is a character called Elysius, and she's a Titan, right? So the Titans, just like Thanos, have already been in the MCU. There's a possible connection there with the Eternals. There's a few other things, but basically him being a member of the Thunderbolts was one of the things, and the cheapness of this book. You can find this book for $1. Okay, it does come originally with a sealed bag and a trading card. If you want to get the absolute mint one, you do have to get the sealed bag and with the card. If you're looking for slab versions, of course, they take the bag off when they slab them. You can't have the bag inside of the slab. Not sure what they do with the trading card at that point, but I know they just huck the bag. So out of the bag, raw, it's $1 book. Right? You can find this pretty easily. In the bag with the trading card, it's a legacy trading card only. You can probably get it for $5, right? Which is about worth it. I wouldn't pay more than $5 for it. You can try and find it on eBay if you like, but I wouldn't pay the extra shipping charge. It's not terribly hard to find unless you're like nowhere near an LCS or comic convention or something that you could go to. But grabbing this for $1 or $2, I think is well worth it. With the first appearance character that may have some sort of connection to the MCU further down the road. All right, so from 1993, Silver Surfer Annual number 6, first appearance of GENI-VELL, or Photon, if you like. All right. So next on our list is a second appearance, but this first appearance of his has gotten so expensive that that is definitely not an undervalued book. All monster books seem to go, and I am talking about the second appearance of Fin Fang Foom, and he appears here in Astonishing Tales number 23. Okay, and this book is from 1974, and in it, like I said, is the second appearance of Fin Fang Foom. His first appearance, of course, was Astonishing Tales number 89, and that was back in 1961, I believe, right? Or Strange Tales number 89? Astonishing Tales. Sorry, guys. I think it may actually be Strange Tales 89. And when I was looking at the prices of what that book's going for, like I found a beat up whole corner come off of it. Looks like they laid it in their bed and then slept on it for the next couple years after that. It was so beat up, big cover detached and taped on. subscription creased down the center, and they were asking 400 for it, right? So, wow, that's really expensive for such a what I wouldn't even grade maybe a .5 book, right? Again, you're looking through them. There wasn't very many, but they were definitely anything in decent condition was well over 1,000. So, second appearance though, which I think is a pretty legit appearance. It's his Bronze Age appearance, and I got this book, and you can too. For I was looking for prices of it, and they're kind of all over the place. This book goes for about $20 to $25 raw. Okay, and that's if you think about how valuable his first appearance is, his second appearance, which of course has no cover appearance, and it's a little bit under the radar for a lot of people, but he's going to be a villain speculated on being a villain in Shang-Chi, which is going to come up pretty quick in terms of Marvel movies as soon as everything gets back to filming and whatnot. I have high hopes for, the Master of Kung Fu movie. It's I love kung fu movies. I used to watch those old kung fu movies when I was a kid. Boy with the golden arms, or the five deadly venoms and stuff. Anyway, I think Fin Fang Foom's second appearance could definitely see a rise, right? A lot of people, that book is priced out of their reach. It's priced out of my reach. I'm not going to pay $1,000 for the first appearance of Fin Fang Foom, but I'll pay $20 for his second appearance, right? Especially if that character shows up and becomes really popular. I mean, all monster characters have been really popular this year. You would have done really well when I spec'd on last year on Amazing Spider-Man number 124, first appearance of the Man-Wolf. That book is at least quadrupled in price since we spec'd on it last. So grab up monster appearances, Dracula, Werewolf, Mummy. They're going nuts right now in price. This is a good second appearance if you can't have his first, and it's a good monster appearance and a good monster comic. So that's from 1974, Astonishing Tales, number 23, second appearance. Second appearance of Fin Fang Foom. Okay, number 3. So I spec'd on this book like about a year and a half ago. Not even that long ago. Maybe, yeah, I guess it's getting close to a year and a half ago. And when I spec'd on it then, it was half the price that it is now. But I still think it's a good deal, especially if there is going to be a Namor movie. The chances of it not being a Namor movie now are pretty slim. I mean, the fans want it. Everybody's been chomping at the bit. Kevin Feige knows that everybody loves it. He likes it. He's mentioned Namor several times himself as being a character that he likes. They talked about the earthquakes in Wakanda in the last Infinity War movie and stuff, which leads back to again Atlantis and everything like that. If they have a Namor movie, chances of the villain is going to be either Tiger Shark, whose first appearance is Submariner number 5, or this guy, Atuma, whose first appearance is here in Fantastic Four number 33. And this book is from, 1964. Okay, this book is from 1964. And last year, when we were specking on it, it was seeing prices going on eBay $25 to $30. Now we're pushing around, closer to the $50 to $60 range for a mid-grade copy like this. Okay, so a lot of other people are like-minded like me, and they're saying, oh man, right? When I think of the Submariner, his biggest villain, the guy that was always at his throat, always trying to take over Atlantis, always trying to take over the kingdom from Namor, was Atuma. Atuma. And his first appearance isn't in a Submariner comic, it's here in Fantastic Four number 33. So I still think if he shows up as a villain, this book could see a really nice price rise, right? It's a Silver Age book, so a lower print than what Bronze Age books and Copper Age books are definitely printed at. Flies a little bit under the radar because most people don't associate a first appearance villain of Submariner in a Fantastic Four comic, right? It's got this great photo cover on it that I love. It's an easy pickup for $40, $50. Mid-grade. If you want to start getting beautiful 9.8 slabs, get ready to fork it out. I've seen the prices of those real high-end ones really jump up, and we've talked about this a few times. When we see the high-end books going in price, we know the rest are going to get pulled up too, right? High waters make all ships rise. So I think this is a great pick. It is again from 1964. It is Fantastic Four number 33, which has the first appearance of a Tuma in it. Right, that's a Tuma down here. Okay, so number 4 on our list. We're going to pick another Fantastic Four comic here. And this has a female first appearance in it that I think is pretty good too. Another Thunderbolt, right? Who was a member that kind of brought me in, but she also has other connections into the MCU and to streaming and all kinds of stuff, okay? And her first appearance comes here in Fantastic Four number 129, which has the first appearance of Thundra in it. Okay, so Thundra over there. She's a great character. She was a Thunderbolt, right? So she connects into that. She definitely had a lot of adventures fighting not only the Fantastic Four, but especially the She-Hulk, right? This young lady here, there she is, right? So she's quite often a villain of the She-Hulk. It stands to reason to me that if they're going to try and put together their Thunderbolts team and bring in different characters, that Thundra would be a good choice. Female villain, right? Cool character. And she could definitely end up, showing up as a villain in the streaming She-Hulk show. Right? Makes sense to me, especially when you can get this book. Now, this book, it's not a dollar bin, that's for sure, but it's from 1972, and it is, when I'm looking out there, I'm thinking about average prices for a 7.5 has got to be between 20 to 25 bucks plus shipping on eBay, right? I found this one at a comic sale, and I believe I paid $8 for it at the time, and it's about a 7.5, right? So upper mid grade, if you were. If you want to get mint copy, as I said, like this has got a stark white cover, so real easy to get dirty, real easy to drop a few grades just from the dirt. If you find one that seems like the only issue of it is a little bit of dirt, I'd grab it for cheap, right? Because that can be easily cleaned up, especially off a white cover. White covers are the easiest for those guys to clean because they're not worried about removing color as well, right? Anyway, I think Thundra has a great chance of being a She-Hulk villain, maybe becoming a member of the Thunderbolts again. The Thunderbolts was kind of a weird mix of heroes and villains that were kind of suicide squatting them into being a villain or being a hero, all directed by Thunderbolt Ross, of course. And I really think that it's a good chance that Thundra could show up. And if you can get this comic for $25, go for it. That's raw, of course. The slab ones are higher in appearance, right? And I got to thank Vancouver Comic Junkie for putting that on his Instagram account. That's where I was like, oh yeah, that book, right? That's a good undervalued book. Anyway, coming in number 5 on our list, the last of our books here. And I can't believe that this book still goes for cheap, because there's an alternate to this one that has been really selling hard lately, and the prices of it have been going crazy. And I want to say that Undervalued to me is this book, and it is from 1980, May of 1980, and it is Marvel's Super Special number 16. All right, so this book, it came out in May of 1980, whereas the Star Wars books that mimic the Empire Strike Back came out in 1980 as well, but in September, right? So a few months after this guy. This book has so many first appearances in it. First appearance of, Force Ghost, first appearance of Hoth, first appearance of the Wampa, first mention of Yoda, first mention, first snow speeders, first AT-AT walkers, first, first. If there's so many firsts in this book, but the most important first is this is the true first appearance of Boba Fett. Okay, so he makes his first appearance here. This magazine is then reprinted in Star Wars comics between issues number 39 to 44. So for the next 5 issues, they just reprinted this exact magazine, split up into 5 issues for the Star Wars story in comics, including number 42. So this book actually came out September, October, November. So 8 months before Star Wars number 42, right? So this had Boba Fett's first appearance, IG-88's first appearance, Bosk's first appearance, Cloud City's first appearance, Lando Calrissian's first appearance, all showed up here 8 months. It's 5 to 8 months ahead of being released in the comic book, being reprinted into the comic books, right? So in my opinion, 42 is a reprint of this because it's already been printed once. This is his true first appearance. Right, this is Boba Fett's true first appearance, and we all know that there's been a big rumor that Boba Fett, Ahsoka Tano, and possibly Ezra are all going to show up in the next season of The Mandalorian, right? But big heavy spec on Boba Fett showing up. And if you look at the prices of Star Wars number 42 lately, right, this guy here, Star Wars 42, they're through the roof. And I was looking, you can get this Marvel Super Special, really decent copy of it, nice, crisp, clean, for $30 to $50. Okay, they're just gonna fall somewhere in there plus shipping. If you're looking at the same grade for number 42, you're tripling that, right? The prices of it have just jumped since the thought of him being on The Mandalorian. You just got to ask yourself, is a comic magazine the same as a comic book? Do I count this as his first appearance or this as his first appearance? To me, this one is. This is all comics completely reprinted back into here, right? This story first appeared here, right? So this has got to be Boba Fett's true first appearance, right here. The Empire Strikes Back, Marvel Super Special Magazine, number 16. Yes, from 1980. All right, look to pay around $30 to $50 max for that guy. And like I said, it is full of first appearances, and Star Wars is so hot. The movies didn't do so well as I'd hope. I mean, they did really well in the theaters, but for fans, they didn't do so well. But the streaming shows have been on point, right? So high hopes for Mandalorian season 2. And high hopes that Boba Fett is going to be in it with some more of what the Mandalorians do and whatnot. This is the way. All right, guys. So that's been our 5 value comics for this video. Take from it what you will. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in the Thunderbolts and in the Young Avengers for the teams that are going to show up. I have real high hopes for Thundra. There's so many different She-Hulk villains, but she's definitely up there as one of the ones, right? You want to have that villain that kind of matches your hero's power, so that there's sort of a sense that they may not win. Yeah, some great books out there. Atuma, got good pick if you find it. Anyways, guys, happy hunting out there. Go find those undervalued books, right? Thanks for watching so much, and if you get the chance, please subscribe. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully I'll get there soon. And this has been Mr. Miracle. I'll see you next time.